what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm here to give my Miami Grand Prix Sprint Shootout observations and review. Before we get into my observations, I would like to give my thoughts on the overall session, and it was a pretty straightforward sprint shootout. I mean, nothing unexpected or surprising happened other than the pole sitter himself. But yeah, the only thing that I really noticed about the overall session was that the track evolution was quite heavy from SQ1 to SQ2, nearly a 8/10 of an improvement just over a couple of minutes between the sessions, which is quite a substantial improvement. So yes, with that being said, now let's head into my sprint shootout observations. Mercedes continue to struggle. Mercedes lost both the cars in SQ2. I mean, it's a bit of a blow to the team considering they brought a bit of upgrades to the car, hoping that it would improve the car's overall pace compared to its competition. But sadly, they lost out on making it into the top 10 shootout with both the cars to a RB and a Haas. I mean, just saying that feels so wrong, considering that a team that was leading the pack just 3 years ago is now struggling to even be the 5th quickest team on the grid. Is a state that I'm sure even the team is not too proud of. I hope this is something that is related to the setup, as Hamilton was making tweaks to his front wing angle even till his final run. But if this is all that the team has got even with the upgrades over the competition, then calling this as a downfall would be an understatement. Is this the rebirth of Honey Badger? Ricciardo pumped in a mega lap to qualify P4 for the sprint race at Miami. Despite the misery of the Chinese Grand Prix, he still carried forward the positive momentum that he generated from there to Miami to qualify P4, just behind a Ferrari and a pair of Red Bulls. It was a mega effort from Daniel, and with his teammate just qualifying P15 for the sprint race, I'm sure that it is a mega confident booster for the Honey Badger. McLaren's looked pacey but missed out on pole. I mean, McLaren looked super pacey here at the Miami Grand Prix Sprint Shootout, considering that the team has brought a handful of upgrades to the MCL38 to a point where you can call it a brand new car. McLaren looked very comfortable to lead the pack at the Sprint Shootout with the kind of lap time that Lando Norris pumped in to set as a benchmark in SQ2. But sadly, the team was unable to replicate the same lap time when it mattered the most to secure pole position for the sprint race, qualifying P9 and P6 with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. For context, Lando Norris's fastest lap time from SQ2 was good enough for him to secure pole position for the sprint shootout that he set on a medium compound of tire over the lap time that was set by the soft tire runners in SQ3. Such was the pace from the McLaren. Sadly, it seemed like the team weren't able to warm up the tires for the final run in SQ3 to replicate that lap time. I mean, despite a poor final run, I'm sure that the team can make up for it in the race tomorrow. Final lap disasters. On the note of final run disasters, I think it's important to mention that pretty much every driver in the top 10 shootout managed to pump in a lap time that was similar or slower compared to the lap time that they set in SQ2 on the medium compound of tires. Drivers like Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris and Nico Hülkenberg pumped in a lap time that was similar to the lap time that they set in SQ2 on the medium compound of tire. Why I'm emphasizing on that is because for the people unaware, for the sprint shootout, drivers have to run the medium compound of tire in SQ1 and SQ2, but would have to run the soft compound of tire for SQ3, which means their SQ3 times should be at least 2 to 4 tenths quicker compared to the lap times that they set in SQ2. So I'm not even surprised at the fact that Max Verstappen was questioning on what happened to the other drivers when the team told him that he got pole position. For better context, these are the lap times that the slower drivers from SQ3 set in SQ2 compared to their SQ3 times. Keeping all this in mind, I'm sure that the sprint race tomorrow is going to be quite exciting, considering the fact that McLaren's look really pacey. I mean, we could have a strong battle for the race win here at Miami. Will this be the first Grand Prix win for Lando Norris? Well, we'd have to wait and watch for that. And depending on how the drivers feel about their setup at the sprint, the setup tweaks could form a new order in terms of pace, which should be pretty interesting for the feature race qualifying and the feature race itself. So that's something that we can look forward to as well. So yes guys, these are my thoughts and opinion on the Miami Grand Prix Sprint Shootout, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and let me know down in the comments on what were your thoughts on the Miami Grand Prix Sprint Shootout. I'm curious to know, so leave it down in the comments. With that being said, subscribe to the Renmaster channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell icon while you're at it so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And until next time, it's me Vinesh from Renmaster, and I'm out. Love you guys, stay safe, peace.